Hey Bradford, can't believe it's been a month since the last time we chatted. I hope you're enjoying this lovely weather we're having. Without too much delay, let's get into the market update. So, like my other videos, what we're going to do is we're going to review the most current month we have, which is June 2021. We're going to have a look at what happened a year ago in June 2020, and we're going to have a look at what happened the month before, just to kind of keep you up to speed there. If we look at June 2020, 87 total homes sold, and that is across all home types. I broke out May and June a little bit differently. So the N represents new listings coming on the market. The S represents the number of sales through the month, which is represented by this number here. And the A is active listings. So essentially what active listings are is there are listings that didn't sell or cancellation, relist. Essentially what happens though is they carry into the next month. So new listings coming on the market in May is 142. Sales for the month is 98. And active listings carrying over into June is 74. New listings for June is 109. Sales for the month are 90 and carryover inventory 64. So now, if you've been watching the media, the news, and you've been seeing the general reports from the Toronto Real Estate Board, if you look at GTA wide, the market has actually been slowing for the last 90 days. But there are some pockets, and York Region is really proving to defy that. Bradford, I know Bradford is Simcoe County, but it's sort of right on the edge, right? But you know, if you look at Newmarket, if you look at East Gwillimbury, if you look at Aurora, they are all defying what the general Toronto Real Estate Board stats are doing. So York Region and Bradford certainly doing very, very well right now. And so what we're seeing here is we're seeing a reduction of inventory, which we are seeing across the market. But what we're seeing also is the sales are staying fairly close. And in this case, the active listings, the carryover inventory, has actually been getting eaten up. So it's actually been sort of making up for the lack of listings coming on the market. And I think you're going to continue to see this through the numbers. So if we look at a year ago, we were 842,000 in Bradford across all home types was your average sale price, 1,093,000 in May 2021, currently trending at 1,094,000. Sales to new listings ratio, that's SNLR, and that tells us that it's the absorption rate. So it tells us out of the homes coming on the market each month, what is the percentage that are actually selling. So a year ago, 68.5% of the homes coming on the market were selling. In May, 69% of the homes coming on the market, currently trending at 82.6. So again, this is telling us less listings coming on the market, sales are staying pretty close, but it's actually this active inventory that's getting eaten up, which is bringing us this elevated absorption rate number. Months of inventory remaining tells us that if no homes came on the market after today at the current rate of buying, how long would it take to deplete the inventory? So a year ago, 1 month of inventory, 0.8 in May, currently trending at 0.7. So I just want to round back to this. So again, you're looking at less carryover inventory, less listings coming on the market, fairly similar for sales through the month, so I mean that the buyer activity is still very, very hot, which is creating this absorption rate number that's, you know, in the 80s. And then of course, inventory levels on the decline. So this is really still a seller's market, still a very, very busy market. So for sellers right now, you know, I always joke in my videos, you know, you can expect to eat a lot of dinners out because you're going to get a lot of showings on your home. And that's going to stand to be the case here. If your house is listed for sale right now, you are going to see that. So I would expect some very quick activity on your house. And for buyers right now, you know, where I would be focusing, the buyers that I'm working with, where I'm focusing right now, if I'm working with a buyer that's frustrated, you know, with the market, where we've missed out on 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 7 offers sometimes, I tend to try and focus on the active listings, so the listings that are carrying over month to month. So have a look at the listings that have been on the market for 30 days, 45 days, 60 days. And believe me, they exist. They're there, right? They're there in these numbers here, in this active listing number. Have a look at some of the older listings. Maybe there's something there that's of interest, but the price is a little bit high, that, you know, you never know. You could lob an offer their way. It's just a game of tennis, right? You're just hitting the ball over the net, and we just want to get them to hit it back. So, you know, there might be an opportunity there. So that would be my suggestion. Or, you know, if logistically it could work for you, have a look at some adjacent towns that might actually, where the numbers are, you know, more favored to the buyer as opposed to the seller. So there's a couple strategies there for you. So sale price to list price ratio, we're 99.7 of asking a year ago, 102.6, and currently trending at 103.3. So again, to kind of tie all these numbers up, you have an increased absorption rate, you have a decreasing monthly inventory, and then the buying trend is still hot, so that's keeping the sale price to list price ratio up. Days on market to get a home sold, 19 a year ago, 11 in May, and currently trending at 16. So this would actually tell me, if I was to make an educated guess, this number would actually tell me, because in a busier market, you would expect this number to be going down in relation to these. So what this would tell me is that more of the older inventory is getting eaten up because it's taking a little bit longer for the buyers to go through the inventory and get to these older active listings that are carrying over month to month to month. So that is what that number would show me. So anyways, I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any questions on how this would pertain to your property, or any questions about the market in general, don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I will see you next month.